Yeah, and at the heart of that race, people are going to be talking about the economy, and so are we this morning. The job market improved slightly last month. Unemployment dipped 0.1 of a point to 9%. 80,000 jobs were added, which was less than the 100,000 economists had predicted, but it continued to be a trend of slightly more positive gains in the job market. And here with what they think needs to be done to get more people working are Tig Gilliam, he's CEO at staffing company Adecco Group North America, Frank Sorrentino, chairman and CEO of North Jersey Community Bank, and Katia Beauchamp, co-founder of Birchbox Beauty subscription brand. Great to have all of you with us this morning. And in particular, great to have all of you because you're living this economy. You're not just analyzing it, but you're doing it every day. And Tig, I want to start with you because you work with temporary staffing. You place a lot of people in jobs. Are you getting the impression from the companies that you work with that demand could be rising in the near future for more employment?
I think where companies have demand for their products and services, they're absolutely needing to add resources. And we saw that in the jobs report yesterday. Temporary employment was up again 15,000, which is a leading indicator to the overall job market. So companies are hiring, but they're only doing it when they absolutely have to because they don't want to go through the layoffs that they had to in the recession.
They've learned from very bad times in the past.
It was very painful, and they don't want to go through that process again.
Katia, I want to talk to you because you run Birchbox, very consumer-driven business.
Yes.
Where would you say the American consumer is right now? Are they willing to spend a little more on these discretionary items like makeup and health beauty products?
Yes, I mean, we are seeing that they are willing to spend, but the reason is that we're solving a real problem for consumers. We're helping them discover the newest and best, and it is actually a really cost-effective way to do that. So it's a low cost for a little bit of delight, and so we're absolutely seeing demand and growing demand, which is why we've been able to grow as a company and actually do quite a bit of hiring.
Yeah, you have added many jobs. Frank, you know, you're dealing with businesses every day. They're coming to you saying, I either need a loan, I want to grow, or they're concerned. Where would you say their biggest concerns are right now, and is there an interest in growing?
You know, it's very interesting. We find that when we speak to our clients and our customers that they seem to be hemmed in with this crisis of confidence. They listen to what they hear on the news. Everyone's very well versed in what's happening in Greece, yet they're not looking at their local market. They're not making decisions based on their local market. So there's been a lot of trepidation to move ahead. I'll tell you, though, over the last couple of months, I think that is starting to change. People are starting to become more interested in taking some additional risks in the market. I think some of the companies that we represent have pared back to the bone, and to Tig's point, I think they have to start to hire, and they will start to hire. So we're finding a very interesting environment where companies are actually looking to start to grow a little bit because they're feeling a little bit more confident. They're starting to understand that the things that are happening across the ocean in Europe, while important, are not necessarily important to them in their markets.
Which types of companies take? Because you were saying, I think construction companies are some of the ones that are coming to you.
Builders that are coming back into the marketplace, and that's driven by a bunch of different metrics right now. We have land prices are down at some of the lowest levels they've ever been. Interest rates are at the lowest level they've ever been, and there's a pent-up demand.
Yeah.
No one's really bought a home for a while.
Where are you seeing it, Tig?
Well, we're really in two different job markets, and for professional skills, and I'm talking about IT and engineering and finance and accounting, the market is pretty strong, and also the supply of qualified candidates is relatively low. So companies are more likely to hire on a permanent basis in those categories. In the broader market, it's much more difficult because there's much more competition for every available job that's out there. There are 3 million job openings right now. The problem is there are 14 million people looking to fill the 3 million openings. And
in part, there's an education gap there as well, from what I read.
In many cases, there's a mismatch between the skills and the demand of the employer.
Katia, I just want to get to you lastly on what Washington can do, if anything, right now to help your business and other small businesses that are getting off the ground in these times.
Well, I think one of the hardest things is when you're leaving school, making a decision to create a company and start something innovative and potentially create jobs. When you have a lot of debt, it's a challenging decision to make. It's easier to go for something that is secure. So something that really would incentivize people to take that risk and have time to actually try your idea, innovate, and potentially create a lot of jobs. I think that would have made my decision a lot easier, and I think that could really, push other people to make a decision like that.
It's certainly a hot topic right now with college debt outweighing all other debts in this country.
It's huge.
We really appreciate all of you being with us. I could talk about this all day with you. Thank you for being here. Tig, Katia, Frank, thank you. Have a great weekend.
Thank you.